All right, Joe? Okay, the P200 has a fantastic Sony image module. It gives you 30 times zoom, great for any size room. It's great in low light and has awesome color rendition. On top of that, we have our BirdDog NDI processing engine, which gives you the highest quality pictures at the lowest latency. It's compatible with any NDI device on the planet and just gives you the best outputs. We have our brand new user interface with NDI version 5, which gives you waveforms and vector scopes to make sure you're properly exposed. It also gives you unlimited control as far as color control and using your camera. In addition to this, it sounds strange, but we can do pan, tilt and zoom at the same time. Try some other cameras, they can't all do it. The P200 is a fantastic camera that's got every type of connection you can want, from NDI with power over Ethernet, SDI, HDMI, any control interface. It's got a great big tally on the top. It's a really great camera. How to do with the time? And the cool thing is, for a limited time, if you buy 3 P200s, you get a free PTZ controller.
Three, two, one.
What is going on, everybody? I have no idea what this is going to sound like or look like or how this is going to even work, but it is 1 a.m. in Melbourne right now, and that is exactly where I am. So here I am running the show as promised, at least once. Right out of the gates, I'm pretty sure that the schedule is not going to permit me to do Thursday's show, but I wanted to get on here for sure and do this once. So hopefully you're able to join us. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. I need to get on to YouTube real quick and check the audio because I have no idea, again, what this sounds like and if this is even, if you can even hear me. So let's find out. All right, it's not too bad. Now, I did not come to Melbourne and get my ears pierced. These are headphones. So there you go. What's going on? Balu, good to see you, man. Yes, officially from down under. I'm glad that glad the audio seems to be coming through. I am in the Upside Down right now, also known as Australia, and yeah, that's been pretty great. If you're coming from the land down under, do the women glow and the men plunder? Wow, I'm not too sure about that. Uh, have I seen any kangaroo fights? No, I have not. Matter of fact, I haven't even seen any kangaroos. But to be fair, we haven't ventured out of the haven't ventured away from Melbourne too much, and so that sort of stuff is coming up later in the week. We're going to go and do some stuff, but it has been pretty much 2 days of straight meetings, and uh, so far, and tomorrow is another day of pretty much all meetings. But there's a lot to talk about, so it's been good, and there's been multiple. I won't say late nights. We've actually been getting back to the hotel between like 10 and 12 most nights. So that's been pretty good because that's about the time I go to bed at home. But I'm not usually standing around and sitting in restaurants until late at night. So that's a little different. I start yawning about like 6 o'clock. so so yeah, there's that. I do start getting a little tired a little early. Just to kind of show you my setup here, I'll add a second camera to the stream, but I've got a second shot of the room. This is like a seating area in my in my hotel room. They actually got us some really nice suites, and so we've each got a room, and there's like bed and desk and work area, and then this like seating area. This looks out into like well, where the elevators are. So it's not like a balcony or anything, but there is a balcony outside my bedroom. So there's also a kitchenette, which it has has like an oven top, and it has a bunch of other things. Anyways, there's a lot of room, and I'm certainly flattered that they've given us this much space to kind of get on here. So this is my second shot. I'm using a phone actually for that one. So um, yeah, good times. Anyways, we will come back to that in a bit. Let's see what else. What's going on, Frank? How are you, man? Good to see you. Thanks for jumping on. Appreciate that. Good. You can hear me. It sounds just like it looks passable. Thanks, NetHab. Yeah. So I'm using the microphones in here. I have my Rode microphones and I plug them into my MacBook Air, and for some reason the MacBook Air does not recognize them as an input device. So I tried to figure that out here the last 30 minutes before the show, but no go. So that's unfortunate. What's going on, Brayton? Good morning. Hopefully you're doing well over there in Auburn Hills. Quincy, good to see you. Thanks for jumping on. Yeah, good day is right. Um, they say that down here all the time. So, anyways, what's going on, Pandorica? Thanks for jumping on. Well, we got tons of people in here right now. I'm like trying to catch up with the chat, which is a good problem to have. But yeah, there's a lot of chatter going on. So good to see you this morning. Land Down Under is yes, it is. But given that I'm in a hotel, I'm definitely not going to be attempting to sing any of those things because I'll get kicked out. Are you going to bring back that merch? What merch? I've had this sweater forever. I had this one at NAB, but haven't needed to wear sweaters since April in Michigan. So, but I've had this sweater for quite a while, um, which is funny because I'm not even wearing bird dog shirts on this trip. It's like the standard issue around here, especially at the office. But I, of course, have my button downs and such. So as I do, oh snap, prepared. Yeah, I tried to um, I tried to be prepared and be smart about it, but evidently it didn't work out. So oh well, the microphone situation is not my nice RE20. I didn't haul that thing all the way to Australia, that's for sure. This is a more basic show running off of a laptop, so I've only even got one screen. I still got two camera angles, which I think is pretty slick for the fact that I'm doing this in a hotel room over Wi-Fi. But yeah, it's working out. It's working out. Hey, the wide shot is faster. Interesting. We could throw that back up there. We could check that out. That's slightly, you're right. Um, I wonder why that is. Because this camera is plugged in directly. This is my Canon RP, and it's plugged in directly via USB-C. So technically, it should be quicker, but the drivers may be slow. I don't know. Anyways, there you go. Nice digs. Yeah, seriously, they uh, they really gave us super nice suites and stuff for our stay. So it makes it really comfortable, and it's a good place to retire to every night after busy days and lots of meetings. I would agree. What's going on, Ben? Good morning. Phil says I'm still awake. Yeah, Bird Dog Phil is here in Melbourne, so I've been hanging out with him. So evidently he's still awake in his room. So thanks for jumping on the show, man. Appreciate it. Hopefully you get to bed soon. This will be a 1 hour show, mind you. I'm gonna try and keep it to 1 hour because by the time this ends, it's gonna be 2 a.m. here, and my internal time clock is on Melbourne time right now, and so I'm going to be useless tomorrow if I don't actually go to sleep. But I told you that I would do a show, and here I am. So there you go. So thanks for jumping on, Phil. Honestly, I was thinking that's a pretty good Wi-Fi for you doing all of this. Well, it's interesting because StreamYard really only takes a couple of megs to do it, but um, the my MacBook is not able to really keep up with the show. So I had a bunch of things open, and I actually had it all set up over on the desk over there. And then I fired it up, and it was the fans are screaming and carrying on, and um, I was playing the music, like the entry music, and it was like slowing down, like it was playing it really weird. So I decided, yeah, I better just shut everything off and just run the show. So I've got this device, which is my MacBook Air, and then I've got my phone, which is that second camera, and then I'm monitoring the show with my iPad, which is over here. So, you know, it is what it is. It's good stuff. Anyway, so here we are, live from Melbourne. If you are just joining us, thank you for joining us. But we are definitely, it's the middle of the night here, and during our regular scheduled program. Yeah, it's been a great few days here, just working with the team and road mapping the next little foreseeable future. And so that's been, yeah, good conversations to be had and what have you. But it's been a busy few days. The flight over, it's 4.5 hours from Detroit to LAX, and so you're already kind of beat up from that Delta flight. But then I got on a Qantas flight, which was actually again not economy. They put us in premium economy, which is a little bigger seat. So that's the nicest flight I've ever been on, and I slept. I got a lot of sleep, which is why I was so quickly able to kind of catch up with the time because I slept for 8 hours on the plane, 8 of 14 and a half, and then I had a nap on Sunday, longer than I expected. Whoops. And then I slept really well on Sunday night. And so by Monday morning, I was ready to go. And today has been no different. So that's been good. I was lined up a lot faster than I thought I'd be. So that's cool. Yep, that is good. I agree. Is that one of those new M1 Macs? It is not. This is an Intel Mac. This is the last Intel Mac that one of the last, obviously, models that they made. And so it's struggling. Um, but it's holding out. It's doing all right. I'm going to see what I can do about maybe doing something a little bit differently for the future, but we'll see. Now, as promised, um, we're going to do snacks on stream today, as you can see from the title of today's show. So we can kind of get that out and reveal what the plan is. Now, when we got down here, they delivered these like little gift bags to the foreigners, and so there were some things in here that pretty excited about. One of them was a boomerang. It's a boomerang. I'm not kidding. So they gave me a boomerang. Of course, the legendary what we have had in the past are, of course, Tim Tam. These will be gone by tomorrow because, once I start eating, I can't stop those. So that's going to be a problem for me. I also got Oz socks. So the Australian colors, kangaroos, and, well, just kangaroos. But anyways, that's awfully nice. Um, a couple of, we'll say can koozies, beer koozies. They say cheers, mate, on them. So, okay, cool. Um, couple of koozies. I haven't even gotten all the way down here. Now this is it appears to be well, it's in the bottle of a like a cologne, but it's not cologne. Um yeah, this is I think it's well, hang on, because there's another one. There's another one. In good Australian fashion, they're handing us beer. So this is rum and coke, is what this is. And then this is some Tanqueray gin, something vermouth water. Refrigerate after opening. Consume within 3 days. 23% alcohol by volume. So that is not cologne. If you wear this, I should put a little on for the office. But I don't want to open it because then I've got to consume it within 3 days or throw it away. I guess I don't know. Okay, so then there's, I have not seen this. Not too sure what this is. So this is a nifty gifty. They are. Oh, it's a mug. Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, I can always use a mug. We're definitely going to put that one in the office. You got to have some kangaroo themes for a company. Now, today, though, um, as you might have suspected, today's snacks on stream is the one and only Vegemite. So full of B vitamins for vitality, whatever that means. Um, but this is one of those products that you either love or hate, kind of like spicy ramen. So uh, yeah, we will definitely give that a try. And so that's the end of what's in the bag. So I said, so okay, I'm gonna try this Vegemite on the show today. What should I eat it with, or how do you eat it, or whatever? So they say, well, to get a slice of bread, and then um, you can just spread it on some bread and then try it that way. So Bird Dog Phil went to the store today and picked me up several loaves of bread because you can't just buy one, and so he brought several. I'll be returning this for donation back to the office in the morning for whatever it is that I don't eat. But I'm attempting to eat Vegemite before I go to bed. So yeah, it's good stuff. Let's just check up on the chat here. Yes, this is. I was literally thinking that would be the first thing. Let's play cologne or alcohol. Yeah, it's definitely not cologne. It's not from Cologne. It is cologne. It is not cologne. It is a beverage, which really it would be a little strange if the Australians gave me cologne and not alcohol, because that is a part of that's a heavier portion of their culture. So like this rum and coke, this can of rum and coke, like do I drink it alone in my room? Like that seems, anyways, it seems a little sad. But yeah, more like Vegemite not. And you miss Vegemite. Wow, you like it so much that you miss it. Um, one of the sales guys that's here, his name's Monty, and he said that he tried his, and he was like, "Yeah, it's kind of an acquired taste. It's savory, not sweet, and so it might be worth giving it a try." So, anyways, I don't know what that's going to taste like. I do need to get a knife because evidently I need to cut the bread, and then I need to spread the Vegemite. So, give me 1 second, and I'll be right back. All right, so we got the knife, and we're good to go there. Now, what time is it? Okay, it's 18 after, so we don't have to jump right into it here super fast, but we're definitely going to give that a go. Now, um, we have been going to various beverage establishments for lunch and after work, and me personally, I don't normally drink a lot, and so I would drink like a soda or Pepsi or something like that. Well, back when NAB happened this year, I got some sort of reputation that I would drink Red Bull. And so we've talked about this on the show. Well, we've been going to these beverage establishments, and none of them carry Red Bull. And so I've been just drinking water, Pepsi, or whatever. Well, Jason, another sales guy, knows of the story, and decided that that wasn't good enough. And so he Uber Eats Red Bulls to the establishment we were eating at this evening, had them delivered outside, a pack of four, which was really thoughtful, and then snuck them under the table so that we wouldn't have them, the waitress wouldn't see them. But he got like a glass of ice, and then he like slid me one, and I like filled it up and sent him back the can and drank it at the table. So I was getting really tired around about like 8 o'clock tonight. Well, last yesterday, 8 o'clock at dinner time here, just a few hours ago. I was getting super sleepy, and then he was like, "Don't worry, don't worry." He's like, "We have you'll understand in a minute," or he's being kind of secretive about it. And then he rolls up with this uh, 4 pack of Red Bull. So it's very thoughtful. I really little shout out to Jason. Thanks, man. That was very nice of you. And it's the reason why I'm awake right now. So 2 of these are gone, and I have 2 more. So I'm tempted to just keep these until until I absolutely need them. But we will see. So lunch, after work, sevensies, second breakfast, etc. Yep, that's exactly it. Hey, what's going on, Thomas? How are you? Hey, John, thanks for getting me into this P400. I'm now working on latency that I've experienced about 4 frames of delay in the UI under AV device settings. I changed the processing mode to low latency, but I don't see much change. Any ideas? I use the cameras in the same space as the speaker, and so it's a problem. You're seeing, well, okay, so the first question is, what is your um, frame rate? So if you're seeing 4 frames at 1080p 30, that's different than 4 frames at 1080p 60, right? So what is the actual frame rate that you're using? Because that will matter a whole lot. My suggestion is to max out the camera at now the P400. I I don't know what the latency numbers are on the P400 because there is a conversion process that's happening. But are you taking the latency figures from the comparing it from the SDI to the NDI output, or are you comparing it to real life to NDI? Because if you're only getting 4 frames between real life and NDI, that's like screaming fast. If you're getting 4 frames between SDI and NDI, that's a little slow. And so I'd be curious to know. Okay, 2160 30. Okay, so one test I would do is change it to 1080p 60 just to see if it's the same. But the big one is, oh, HDMI to real life. Oh, well, yeah, projector or TV, what are you watching the NDI feed on? Um, yeah, projectors are brutal for latency. They add a fair bit, even though even monitors will add at least 2 frames. If you really want a true, zero latency type of thing, you'd have to get like a 12G Blackmagic or something like that that would really zero it out. But if you're sending it up to, if it's going HDMI, so you're walking across the stage and then you're going and sending this up HDMI to projectors, um, then yeah, you're probably getting fairly a fairly fast speed out of the camera, but you're adding latency with the items that you're putting in between. Um, so yeah, they're notorious for adding 4 frames by themselves. It's absolutely true. Quincy, it's possible. Uh, is it passing through a computer? Oh, so are you ingesting it in like DMix and outputting it that way? That's a great ask. If you put the TV in game mode, it'll lower the latency. That's true because, um, yeah, it's captured a 4K Blackmagic. Captured a like a what 4K Blackmagic device? Because Blackmagic, i- if it's not their high-end stuff, Blackmagic is there's also latency with the lower level HDMI and SDI stuff for that matter. Um, Blackmagic's kind of like do their own thing, which is a little strange, but check the latency numbers on the Blackmagic device, at least what they say it'll be. The camera the camera's latency numbers are based on the SDI output because there's a speed of the camera in which the camera is the image is hitting the glass and it's going down and it's outputting the SDI. The manufacturer is going to rate the increase of latency between the SDI output and the NDI output. That's going to be the latency because that's the function of the NDI piece. Um, not It's not going to be real world because the camera itself is going to have to take the image in and process it through the board. And again, processes take minuscule amounts of time, but they still take time. So I would check that out first. Yeah, the low latency thing that you mentioned, that's not really I mean, you might get a frame off of that. It might reduce it by a frame, but you're not going to certainly get zero. You're not going to get a zero like a 1-to-1. It's not a baseband thing. You're going to have to, like there is a little bit of conversion. And if you're going to a Blackmagic device, I don't know how much latency they're adding to do their decode process out of the HDMI. So it might be a frame. So if you like say you're doing 2 or 3 frames from real world and you're adding a frame with Blackmagic, that means the camera's only doing 3 frames at 30 frames a second. That's that's 6. Let me think here. It's 1/5 of a second is the processing time of the camera, if that's the case. But yeah. NDI only passes whole frames at the time, while SDI can pass a single line of video at a time. That's true. I'd be curious if that's an interesting test or thought. Be curious to know if your latency numbers were the same if you were running interlaced, but because that's 4 lines at a time, so it's every other, so it's 4 lines and then 4 lines and then 4 lines and then 4 lines to build the image. But I don't know. I doubt it will be a true 2997. That's for sure. Uh-oh, warning, Quincy. Controversial statement. I don't care for Blackmagic stuff like Behringer for video. Wait, Behringer of video. It is the Behringer of video. Yeah. Well, it, to Behringer's defense, when they got bought out by Midas and it was the Midas preamps that were being installed, then it got better. But you know. Oh, thank you, NetHab. Yeah, it's a little early. 2997 is 33 milliseconds between frames. 5994 is 16 milliseconds between frames. Thanks for that. So unfortunately, today's snacks on stream is not spicy. Well, I don't know actually. Maybe I'm saying that too soon, but it's not supposed to be spicy. But I'm going to prepare this while we continue to talk to Thomas and see what it is that we can do about his latency issues. So these are really nice. Have a nice smell to them. A little shout out to Bird Dog Phil for picking these up for me today when he went to the store. He was like, "I'm going to the store. Anybody need anything?" And I was like, "Bread." And he was like, "Bread?" And I was like, "Yeah, bread. I need bread." And he's like, "Okay, or whatever you want." So then he brought me back bread. It was nice. Phil, let me know if I need to pay you, by the way, for this. Can certainly put it on my expenses. All right, here we go. Let's break bread here this evening. Ooh, that's a nice. Let's have a little taste of this bread to get the baseline. It's got a really thick crust to it. Okay, here we go. Vegemite. Breakfast of Champions. Proudly made in Australia since 1923. Let's go for that. The seal crack. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, off to a rough start. It doesn't smell very good, at least for me. Monty, who was eating this already, said that it's kind of like a molasses. It kind of how like molasses doesn't really taste very good. Tastes good if you add it to something, but it doesn't taste very good if it's just on its own. So Vegemite is also not visually appealing. I don't know if anybody like it. It has like an if you actually put it on the bread, it looks like Nutella, but it's not Nutella. Monty was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt and trying not to scare me off of this experiment, but he said, "Oh, it's savory. It's savory. It's not sweet. Don't go into it expecting something like you know not like a chocolate or anything. It's savory." So I appreciate that. Anyways, it does. It kind of smells like an undesirable black liquid. Um, so I'm a little concerned about that. But it is 1:30, so we might as well go ahead here and have a go. So wish me luck, folks. It's my first Vegemite experience. That is awful. Oh gosh, that's so bad. Jeez. Holy smokes, man. Jeez. Oh, jeez, that's so bad. Oh, my word. What on earth? There's a whole jar of this stuff. This would last me a lifetime. There's no way. Oh, gosh. Oh, jeez, it's so bad. Ah, I gotta get rid of this taste. Oh, oh, man, that's rough. All right, just plain bread. Actually, wait. Oh, man, it's so bad. Jeez. Oh, 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 man, that was awful. Man. All right. Let me try and get back to the chat here real quick. We'll bring in camera too. I should have done this for the Vegemite experiment. Oh, man, that is such a bad taste. That was terrible. It is. I've been discussing this experiment with people around the office. Then half of them are like, "Oh, I love it," and half of them are like, "Not for me." I am definitely in the latter camp. That is for sure. Oh, geez, it's so bad. What is wrong with people? Oh, Bill, Bill has broken John. Wow, that is not for me. That is for sure. Oh, thanks, Thomas. Thanks for the education. So the video processing mode change is only about a frame. Does low latency mode affect anything else in the camera? Yes. It disables the stabilizer. It disables what else does it disable? Oh, it turns off, it should turn off the HDMI and SDI outputs. And there's something else I can't remember. But yes, it does change several things in the camera to chop off the extra frames that's required for those processes. So turn on low latency mode and do your test, but because I know the stabilizer is at least a frame in addition, and then the processes, it bypasses the HDMI and SDI outputs, which is another frame if I'm not mistaken. You're drinking Red Bull and then you're going to bed in 30 minutes? Do you know anything about me brightening? Have you seen the amount of coffee I consume in the office? Yeah, I'll be all right. I had to drink something to get that out. This was everything I expected it to be. Oh, it was rancid. The way you eat it is a thin layer on buttered toast. Where was that 15 minutes ago? I wanted that Vegemite experience, and I just went full in. I bit the whole side off of that thing. Yeah, that was rough. Bring it to the office, or maybe never mind. HDMI still works for me. Hmm. You're setting it to low latency on the web UI, or maybe like you may need to update have you updated the firmware to the latest one on the website to the NDI5 firmware? Because that might be a requirement. Good golly. That was an experience I don't intend to relive. Brutal. Well, let's see here. It's over in Detroit, it's 11:37. Here in Melbourne, it's 1:37 in the morning. This is why the Australians don't join my show regularly, because it's the middle of the night. I'm not using NDI, I'm just using HDMI and the UI. Okay. So the latency you're seeing on that camera is from the lens to the baseboard if you're not using NDI at all. Yep. Good stuff. Did Dan show you all the cool secrets he hinted are coming to Quad? Maybe. Maybe he did. Cool secrets. I can make a joke right there, but I won't. That would be cruel. Hey, don't forget, if you have questions between now and next week, I'm not going to be able to run Thursday's show. So if you have questions between now and next week's show, which will be next Tuesday at 11 Eastern, which is after the holiday, mind you, feel free to reach out to us at help@birddog.tv. It's an email. It'll create you a ticket. And my guys right now over in the US are really great, and they'll be able to give you a hand. And if they can't give you a hand, they'll figure out who can. So they'll contact me, or they'll contact an engineer, or whatever, and we'll figure out how to get you an answer. So if you have a question about NDI stuff between now and then, please reach out to them at help@birddog.tv, and they'll give you a hand. All right, this bread is really good though. It's good bread. wasn't good Vegemite. Maybe my bottle is like expired. Nope, July 23. That's what it was supposed to taste like. It seems wrong. Anyway, I could always wash it down with another review of Tim Tam. I got my socks and my Red Bull, so life is good. All right, we get 20 minutes. So I'm going to go over to the Facebook user group, as I do, and answer some questions over there and see if any of them could be useful to you guys. So here we go. Get my iPad and let's jump over to the user group and check that out. Where are we here? Here we are. Oh yeah. So I don't know if you saw this, but BirdDog came out with a trade up program, and people are wondering what is that? Well, the trade up program, because I was wondering that until they explained it to me. Until September 30th, you can show us a camera, any camera that you are wanting to upgrade to a BirdDog camera, and that will qualify you for a discount on a new BirdDog purchase, a new BirdDog camera purchase. In particular, it's the P200, P400, and oh, I'm sorry, it says any PTZ camera. So there must be deals for the other cameras as well. So we'll have to look in the details here. Let's just go to the Trade Up website. I would love to throw this up on the screen, but unfortunately, I've only got one screen today. So Trade Up program until September 30th. So you have to do this in the next month. But what you basically have to do is qualify for a new camera. There is a request form on the website. So you fill that out. It tells you what is eligible. So P200, P400, P4K are the current ones that are eligible for this deal. And you need to submit your information to BirdDog and then go through that whole form, fill it all out, and then that'll qualify you to then get a discount on a BirdDog purchase. So as it is right now, I don't see the P110 or 120 on the website for that. I don't know if it's coming or not. I thought it said all PTZ cameras, but then it just has those three listed. So I got a couple of ancient Vadio PTZs I'd love to trade in for a P110 or 120. See, that I don't know. We'll have to see what they say, I guess. But right now it is those three. It's a P200, P400, P4K. So there you go. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. Oh yeah, I was going to answer questions. Totally forgot. Facebook. All right. Let's see what's going on. So this guy, I tried to update the software on my A300 second gen today, and I got this. It says that it's just an A300 and not an A300 Gen 2. What are your thoughts? Email the help desk. Boom, done. For that case, we'll need to remote in, change the A300 name inside the actual camera memory, save it, exit out, and then it'll allow him to upgrade. I have a few A300s that I'm trying to update. I've tried both Gen 1 and Gen 2 with no luck. When it goes to the terminal window, it tells me that the hardware is not compatible with the software. Thanks in advance. Is this the same guy? No. Again, the answer is contact the help desk because we have to help you with that. Now that they're no longer making BirdDogCom's headsets, does anyone have any alternatives? And on there, Tom Lynch had said any TRRS headset with an inline volume and mic mute should be fine. I agree with that. There is a set of Audio Technica headphones. They're like red and black that we have at the office that we've qualified. They're pretty good and they get the job done. So they work with comms. We have multiple of them in the support office, and that's the one that we use. Hello, I'm thinking about buying a P200 or P400. Most of the users on this group use the P200. The P400 has 10-bit 422, which is very good, but the zoom is only 20 times on the P400. Do you know some facts again, the 400 and 4200? It's only the zoom. What else did he say? Is the difference so great? So some people have commented on this one. Yes, there are some differences. Well, I'm not certain about, I believe the P400 uses a different sensor. The P200 tends to do a bit better in low light, while I find the vibrancy and color of the 400 much better. 400 has a USB, which in some ways makes it more flexible. What? I don't think the 400 has USB to computer capabilities. Actually, I'm quite certain of it. The thing about low light on a Sony sensor is the bigger it is, generally, the better it behaves with low light. So I'm a little surprised that this customer said that the P200 performs better in low light than the 400 because in theory, the larger sensor should work better, which is the 400, should work better, outperform the 200. But anyways, I'm not going to get at all the differences between those two cameras because those items are available on the tech specs on our website. So I would start him off there. I just got my P200 camera and controller, and I plan to use the PoE from a Netgear switch. I got the tools, but it seems that I don't know where to start. Is there a diagram that shows the hookup step by step from camera to controller to computer to my Q2 soundboard? I think I'm trying to make it what? I think I'm trying to make it more difficult than it needs to be. I'm a pastor in a church here in Vegas without any real tech people. Oh, and Dan wrote, when did he write this? When did he write this? So our owner 3 days ago. Feel free to reach out to our help desk team. Hmm. Well, we've gone over that in nauseum um, about network setup and how it should be designed. Um, and those recommendations that I've made about networks are available on our YouTube page and our knowledge database. So I would start there if you are watching, which you probably aren't because you would be asleep. After updating our cameras, the new software, upon selecting cameras, the LED screen goes for 5 seconds of no and then okay. Okay, what's this one? This is a pretty straightforward problem. First of all, your network is likely running in static and you haven't completed the update for the keyboard. So the keyboard and the cameras all have to be running on the latest LTS before you go to NDI 5. And so the keyboard needs to be updated to the latest LTS on the website. That's generally, let's see if I'm right. Let's see what other people wrote. Let's write a comment. Is the keyboard updated fully? If you haven't seen it, Dan made a post about Quad 3 days ago. So on Facebook. So if you haven't seen that, check that out. Hmm. So here's the issue. So keyboard issue. I'm having an issue where I can't reprogram the function keys. I program the first few, but when I restart the controller, they get reset. The solution for this is when you set a function key, click the LR and UD direction knobs. Just click them down. Just don't hold them. Just click them, and that's like a save button. And evidently, that is the solution to fix that. But not too sure if um, that's actually what this person online posted as the solution. So hey, what's going on, CJ? Should have titled this the late show, the late night show with BirdDogJon. It's true, it is a late night show. That is for sure. I would be asleep normally right now. But another 8 minutes to go and we'll be wrapping it up. Here's that second view of my on the road studio here in Melbourne. So it's pretty cool that I can still do all this. The actual software is web based, so you need it to be webcams. You can bring in NDI with the NDI webcam input from NewTek, or you can just run it directly off of a camera if you can just plug it directly in. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, I am going to be done with that and return my attention to what's going on online. Hey, what's going on, that one guy? Nice throw pillows. Hey, thanks. They are not mine. They're the hotel's. So appreciate it. Uh, with special musical guests, the screams John makes from eating Vegemite. It's true. That was not a desirable snack on stream. It definitely wasn't a snack. And I will not be finishing the remainder of this black substance that is on that piece of bread. It was downright awful. So, no thanks. I'm good. I'm just going to finish my Red Bull to wash down that awful taste. Boom. Tim Tams? Yeah, I mean, I've already reviewed Tim Tams, so I don't necessarily need to crack those open at 2 in the morning. But yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm feeling all right. I'm still pretty. I can feel like the sleepiness hanging around. So um, we'll see how long I toss and turn, but should be all right. And I've got one extra in case I wake up late tomorrow or completely exhausted and need a little pick me up. So we'll see how that goes. Special thanks to Jason Bach, who is a sales engineer extraordinaire. He works for the APAC area, so Asia, Australia, the Pacific area, and yeah, he hooked me up with some Red Bull tonight, so I really appreciate that. It's good stuff. Keeps me awake. Well, awesome. Well, I'm really happy that I was able to do all this. This is I don't know if I'm keeping people awake. Like my voice is a lower register, and so I'm sure it travels. And I hope I'm not keeping people awake all night. But I'm pretty sure I just heard Robert come back, who is sleeping across the hall from me, and so we'll see how he's doing because if he I think it was like 1:30 when I heard him come back. So that would be a late night if that's the truth, but we shall see. I can't believe it's already 2 in the morning. The day will come quickly, right? So good stuff. I haven't been alerted necessarily. Well, maybe I shouldn't say anything until I actually verify. I was going to say I haven't heard from my team very much in Auburn Hills, but let's see what they say. Nope, just a report from a distributor. So looks like low latency doesn't work at 4K on 2997. Nope. This nope, I believe, is for my team needing to be in touch with me, not the low latency thing. That's something I would need to test, and I could do that as soon as I get back to the office next week for you if you'd like. Thomas, remind me next Tuesday if you're on with us to run that test for you because that would be a very interesting thing to verify and make sure, unless it's in the manual. Um, nope, you should be asleep. um, actually, do I have the ability to? All right, let's see if I can show you some photos here. Just we went to a restaurant for lunch called Easy's, and it's really strange because they've taken old subway cars and put them on the roof of the restaurant, and you sit in the subway cars and eat the burgers they make you. So oh, here we go. So I'm gonna try and just share, share screen, Chrome tab. Oh, there we go. Nice. Preview, share. Okay, cool. Let me just see. Yoink. Add this to stream. Okay, so here are the guys hanging out at Easy's, which is that restaurant that I was talking about. Um, it's pretty good. Pretty good fries. I ordered the sweet potato fries, and this is a rowdy burger. It's the only one with like jalapenos, and I ordered extra jalapenos on it because you know me. And this is a raspberry soda, which was quite good. Kind of tastes like a like a raspberry snow cone, but without any of the snow cone substance. So there you go. This is Bird Dog Phil. We're leaving, and I just was like yoink, and I took a quick picture. So he wasn't ready for that. Sorry, Phil. But okay, and then there's like 1,000 stairs to get up there, but it's all graffitied like this. And apparently back in the 80s and 90s, these are the subway cars that used to run, and people used to vandalize them like crazy. So this is what they look like, which was a little bit strange, but it's what they look like. And this is the outer front of the store, Easy's. And there is the actual restaurant. And the other floors are like under construction. Strange. The other floors are under constructions, but like you go in through this door and then you go up to the train cars, and yeah, that's apparently a thing here in Melbourne. So it's kind of a cool yeah, it's kind of a cool experience. I'd actually been there before in 2019, and I remembered liking it back then. Um, and today was a good day too. So such ruckus, so rowdy. Yeah, poor Phil. I definitely snapped a picture without him knowing, or without him being aware. I'm sure he knew at the end. Oh man, good times. Well, anyways, it is 2 o'clock, which means that I now need to attempt to sleep because I got a big day tomorrow. Um, Meaning I need to be functional. So, yeah, thanks for coming by and hanging out, everybody. Appreciate that. I'm glad that some of you were able to be with us, and many of you were able to enjoy the once in a lifetime experience that I had today on the show. Let's just say we won't be doing that again, but it was something else, and you have to do it once, right? So there you go, snacks on stream. Uh, I probably won't be enjoying the Australian delicacy of Vegemite again. Decided that it's not for me, and for those of you who enjoy it, you are probably dead inside. So you need to have that checked out. All right, guys. Hopefully you're doing well. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna get to bed because it's super late. But if you have any questions between now and next week, okay, so I don't have a show on Thursday because we're going to be in a different location, not here. And so I won't be able to run the show on Thursday. So if you have any questions between now and next Tuesday, please reach out to my guys at help@birddog.tv. I will be back in the office on Tuesday of next week. And so, oh, and you should also know the office is closed on Labor Day on Monday. So we will not be in the office answering tickets and stuff on Monday. So heads up, that's a change in the schedule. Don't expect any activity out of the help desk on Monday of next week. So, alrighty. Hopefully everybody's doing all right. Nightbot is giving us the updates, at least on Twitch. All right, we're gonna finish up. Have a great day over there on the other side of the world. And I will definitely see you guys in a week after this extravaganza is over, and I'll be back in my studio. Um, but yeah, there's lots of cool stuff that's happening at BirdDog, and I'm really excited about all the things that we're talking about. So looking forward to hearing more from the team and uh, kind of looking closely at what the developers are up to. A lot of cool stuff in store for BirdDog and for our customers. So it's really exciting. I will. Thank you. So far, so good. I'm enjoying my time. I definitely am a homebody though, so there's a part of me that misses being home. So I'll be there soon, that's for sure. And in the meantime, we'll just keep our heads down and keep working and go from there. Okay, it's late. I got to go to bed. So have a great night, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys in a week. Take care of yourselves. Cheers.